Contraindications. Read all medications and information sheet. When you go to the pharmacist, you get that little packet and it's stapled to your bag, right? How many guys open that up and read it? Or you do like I do, just rip it up, put it in your pocket?
Well, if this is like meditation already, I've read it before.
So you just assume, and then you don't even think about it, you just read it before because you've been taking it so long, so you just tear it open, put it in your pocket, right? In that medical information sheet, there's a part at the bottom that tells you the medicines that could interact with, that could be deadly. Because a long time ago, we didn't know nitroglycerin. Y'all know what that is, right? Y'all know this, for angina, for chest pains, right? They were giving guys nitroglycerin, and they were taking it with grapefruit juice and orange juice. Y'all didn't know that's create a deadly chemical in your body that'll kill you almost within a 24-hour period. And a lot of people were dying by it, but they didn't know. So now when you get anything that has that type of, that class of medications in it, for angina, it tells you don't take it with grapefruit juice. Don't take it with orange juice. And it's pretty simple. You didn't know, you just took it with whatever you had. If you were a grapefruit juice drinker, that's what you took it with. Orange juice drinker, that's what you took the medication with. But you didn't read that MSD package, that MSDS, material safety data sheet. You didn't look at it because you knew, like he said, I know that. I've been taking this for 100 years. You got something in that drink, and you bring him some grapefruit juice, and he pops his pill, and y'all watching the game, and Cowboys lost and almost gave him a heart attack. So he wanted to take the pill, because the Cowboys lost. I want to take the pill too when they kick that pill off. That almost made me pass out. Did you cry? I had to go outside. I almost cried. I had to go outside because I didn't want my kids to see me. But that hurt me. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But anyway, read the material safety data sheet, and that will save your life, right? And one of the things that we want to try to promote is use the same pharmacist, because a lot of times we'll switch pharmacists, and some of the medications that they give you over here might have an adverse effect with the ones that you get from a different pharmacist. So make sure there's no database for HEB pharmacists and the Kroger pharmacists. They don't cross-collateralize. So the HEB pharmacist might give you something for angina, and then you go to Kelsey Sebo, and he sends you a prescription to Kroger's, you go get it filled out at Kroger's. Now the medication that you're taking from HEB will react violently with the one that you got from Kroger's, and they didn't know. So you just killed yourself. So make sure if you can, use the same pharmacist. If you can, have the one that you're getting the new medication for, contact your old pharmacist. And that's how you cross-collateralize, but that's on you. Right? Because those pharmacists, they're coming from two databases, so they don't know. All right? You know it's a felony to flush old medications down the toilet? You know that? Yes, ma'am.
How do you dispose of them safely?
You're supposed to take them back. About a month ago, the beginning of December, they had a medication giveaway at all police substations. Did you know that? But no, how you supposed to get? You're supposed to take them back to the pharmacist and give them back to the pharmacist if you don't use them. But you know what most of us do?
Flush them.
No, we don't flush them. We keep them. You keep them up there. And then your brother come over and like, man, I can't get it.
That's right.
You got something for your head, and
That's
you go in there and you give him those 600 milligrams. I'm smoking. You're like, here you go. And you think you're a really cool person, don't you? Yeah, you think you're really cool. You know what you are? You're a drug dealer. That's what you are. You just gave him a prescription drug. People go to prison for that. But that's what we do. We keep them. We keep them for years. And then somebody comes and like, oh man, I got a bad cough. Got a cold. Man, I got some penicillin in there. Hey, you want some? Yeah. Oh, you do it all the time. But that's what happens. So guys, if you can, take it back to a pharmacist and they'll discard it for you. But don't give it to other people. Then you can, you know better than the rest of the guys, like on power and stuff like that. Drug dealing. Anyway. Hypoalbuminemia. One of the things that we have to worry about, everybody knows that Houston gets hot, right? And I'll tell you a little bit about me. Sometimes I can be a tough parent, because I got 2 kids. I got 3 kids, a wife and a dog. Not in that order, but I got 3 of them. And I'm tough on my kids sometimes. I got a son, and I always force him to go outside. I don't want to say force, that sounds like such a bad word. But when I was young, we went outside. We spent most of our days outside. The kids nowadays, they don't go outside no more, right? They inside Xboxing and whatever. They don't go outside. So I signed my son up for baseball, made him go outside. My son came back and said, Dad, the heat index is 110. I don't never remember telling my dad about a heat index. A heat index. My son said the heat index was 110, and he was hot, and he couldn't go outside. And so, you know, I forced him out, you know. I was dads that wanted to let you come back in for water. Y'all remember Saturdays when you couldn't come back in the house in the summer? You remember that, right? You can't come back inside. You had to drink water out the water hose. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
My son refused to drink water out the water hose. And I tried to tell him it's the best water.
It's the best water
It
ever.
tastes kind of funny. You get all the bad minerals, but you grow up strong. But he won't do it. Anyway, a lot of times I want to tell you, Houston is really hot, so I want to make sure that you guys understand. When the kids tell you that they're hot, pay attention. Don't be like me. Don't force them to stay outside. Because we have a lot of problems with young kids. They coming in the hospital from dehydration, overexertion, and those things can actually kill them. So one of the things I want you guys to be careful to and start looking for is that when that kid is outside and he's sweating profusely, and all of a sudden he stops sweating. He just stops sweating. He's still running around and he's not sweating anymore. And he tell you, hey, I'm cramping up, my legs cramping. First sign of heat exhaustion, right? Then he gets to the second one, he's starting to be lethargic, and you just think he's just sitting down because he's tired. Well, now he's going into heat exhaustion. First it's heat cramps, then it's heat exhaustion. From that point, if he doesn't cool down, if you don't help him cool down, he's going to have a heat stroke, and that will kill him. That, you know, at 106 degrees, your brain cells start to die. And most of us don't have opportunity. We don't have many to lose anyway. So lose one brain cell would be too many. But brain cells cannot be repaired. They cannot be regenerated, unlike other cells. So when at 106 degrees, you start getting irreparable brain damage. So pay attention to your kids. My wife got on me because I would actually make my son stay outside all the time. Saturdays, we go outside. I let him help me wash the car, or whatever he's doing outside. And then I'll come back in. But he couldn't. I know, that's bad, huh? Think I need some help? I think I need some help. But he made it. He's at 16 now. He's driving. So he gets to wash his own car and he gets to come inside now. Occasionally, you know, I let him in sometimes. Most of the time I make him go out there with the dog. Anyway, know the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion. Hypothermia. One of the things I want to make sure that you understand. You do have to worry about hypothermia. Because of other factors. When you get older, you lose the ability to cool yourself. A lot of older people, they always cold. Like my grandmother, she wears this dust up. Y'all know what a dust is.
Yeah.
I'm not talking above some of you guys. I know if you went there and then you don't know. But I'm telling you what a dust is. A dust is a house coat. It's a house coat that a lot of older people love. They wear it. My grandmother wears it all the time. Every day, unless you go to church. Then she'll put on a shawl. But when she come back home, back in the duster. We bought her another one for this Christmas, you know. We've been buying one for a long time, but she has this old one. You know what grandmother? Because she's always in the same duster every time we go over there. And that's it, I guess it's her favorite. It was yellow about 20 years ago. And now it's beige. But we found another one. We found one at Burlington that was yellow, so she might wear this one, we hope. But we bought another one. But most of the time, when you're older, you lose the ability to cool yourself, so you do have to worry about hypothermia. That's one of the things I want to tell you. Hypothermia is low blood temperature. Hypo is high. So, right? Workplace fire. One of the things that can happen, you need 3 things to create a fire. Oxygen, fuel, and heat. Eliminate either one of those, and the fire goes out. What you have in your home. How many of you guys have a fire extinguisher? How many guys use it? Never use it, right? How long has it been in your house? You bought your house in what, 69? It's been in your garage since 70? Yeah? You bought it about 6 years ago. It has a shelf life 5 to 7 years. There's a hydrostatic cylinder, has a shelf life about 5 to 7 years. And one of the things, even though it might be full of product, but it is under pressure. And the main component of a fire extinguisher is sodium bicarbonate. Y'all know what that is, right? What is it? It's baking soda. Simple baking soda. You know the stuff that y'all used to eat on the spoon when you was little? Oh, am I the only one that did that?
Yeah.
Really? You never ate baking soda?
Nope. No.
No? You like it? You have to acquire a taste for it. It's really good. You put it on bread. Fill you up like that. Yeah. It's a different. I'm the baby of 14, so I got 9 brothers. So food was scarce in my house. Yeah. And I got sisters that are taller than me. And all my brothers bigger than me. I had one brother, he was right above me. He used to beat me up on Friday, and I asked him why. He said, because tomorrow's Saturday. That was his explanation for beating me up every Friday evening. Because tomorrow was Saturday. Yeah, that was horrible. But I had 9 brothers, so food was scarce in my house. So you ate anything that was edible, paper, plates, anything. Get your hands on your ate. But anyway, this right here is how you compose a fire, but most fire extinguishers, they actually have baking soda. They have some fire extinguishing agents in it, but the main component of it is sodium bicarbonate. So what I'm telling you that for is don't be afraid to use it, because a lot of us think that there's going to be some type of carcinogen in it, and if it get on us, then, oh man, I'm going to be sick. No, you're not. Sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. The only time you're going to get sick if you put that nozzle in your mouth and just inhale the whole thing, then yeah, you'll probably have some problems. Outside of that, it getting on you, it's going to come out with a purple or yellowish tinge, but that's some of the fire extinguishing agents in it, but it's totally harmless if it gets on you. All right? Fire suppression, you can either suppress a fire by water, foam, carbon dioxide, or some specialized agents. Most of the time, Class A fires are ordinary combustibles. Class B fires is flammable liquids. Class C fires, electrical currents. Then you have a Class D fire, which is actually a combustible metal, which requires a special type of fire extinguisher to extinguish that fire. Most of you guys know what a hybrid is, right? They come with the magnesium batteries, and if you put water on magnesium, it'll make that battery expand rapidly and explode. So it takes a special type A fire extinguisher to extinguish a magnesium battery. That's what I mean by specialized agent. You don't have to worry about that. The ones that you're going to buy from Home Depot or Lowe's are going to be an ABC extinguisher. Right. That's me right there. It's pretty impressive. That took me a couple days to do. Okay. All right. How many guys here have the ability to be a fire warden here? Now, if you're a fire warden, please, and I like to be serious about this one, take that job seriously, because you're responsible for letting people know what's going on your floor. So I think that's very important that you take that responsibility seriously. Because as a fire warden, when the fire department comes, we're going to ask who's all present. We're going to ask the fire wardens, because we're going to take your data as factual. We have, like I said, it's 4 million people in Harris County. It's 4,005. So our resources, we like to maximize our resources. So if you could tell us that there's nobody in door 1 through 10, but there's 2 people in door 14, guess what, we're going to go first? To 14. Because you just told us that, hey, you checked 1 through 10, nobody was there, right? So that's why that fire warden job is very important, because we're going to count, we're going to take what you say into account to help maximize our resources. So if you get the opportunity to be a fire warden, please take that job serious, all right? Train yourself and also have an evacuation plan. As a fire warden, you're probably going to be the last one to leave that floor. You got to have a definite way out, more than one way out, because you might even get yourself trapped. So you got to have more than one way of egress. Right. These are different types of extinguishers. You just hit on that. Class A, B, and C. Class D. Class K is the newest one. It came in 2003. It's Class K fires for cooking homes, right? Because a lot of restaurants have this big grill or pit that they're cooking the food on, and a normal fire extinguisher does nothing for that. So they made them put in Class K, because those are the ones that have to have a specialized type of fire extinguishing agents, which is halon, and they make them put in a halon system. So you guys don't have to worry about that unless you have an industrial kitchen, which some of you might. I don't. I got a little stove and a little hot plate. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. All right, this is a fire extinguisher. Once you guys said you have it, how you use a fire extinguisher is called a pass method. All right, it's pretty simple. You pull this pin, aim that nozzle, squeeze the trigger, which is their port right there, and sweep side to side. Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. That's how you use a fire extinguisher. Next. All right, natural disasters. Houston is really, really in a really good spot, because we're fortunate to get almost everything on this chart, right? We get it all. We get everything from tornadoes, we get them often, hurricanes, whenever something hits the Gulf, it definitely has a beeline to Houston. I think it's Houston and New Orleans, and the hurricanes look and say, well, how many people over here? Oh, we already been in New Orleans, let's go to Houston. So that's what happened. But do we have to worry about earthquakes? Yeah, we do. We got a fault line that runs right outside of I-10, from Katy all the way down I-10. It's a fault line, and it's active. A lot of the times the tremors are so light you don't feel them. But we do have a fault line that runs right to Harris County, outside of Katy, runs all the way down I-10. All right? We're known as the Bayou State, so we always flood. Most of you guys know, cup of water, if it starts to rain again, we're probably going to be flooded in right here. Doesn't take much. So we have to worry about flooding all the time. That's our biggest problem is floods. All right? Oh, that's cool. Didn't make it dizzy, did it? Right? All right, we talk about terrorism. This is one of the things that, you know, with the Super Bowl coming, you got to be on heightened alert, right? Because there's going to be probably, they say 25 million people going to come to Houston within that month, those 2 weeks. 25 million. That's a big family reunion, isn't it? It's a lot of people. So they're estimating that we're going to be on, and it's something you're going to see in the news, they're going to tell you about it, but it's really cool. And if it happens, it's going to probably be a bad thing, but you'll actually see. They put in some real good fail-safes in Houston. I'm impressed. I didn't think they were going to do it. I was looking like, whoa, that's cool. Really cool. So you'll see it. Hope you don't see it, but it's already in place. But we do have to worry about foreign terrorists, right? You know the definition of a terrorist? What is it? It's a person that tries to incite fear into someone else. So anything that you can do to make you fearful or take you off your everyday cycle, that can be determined as a terrorist, you know. Not your old boyfriend, you know, he just hate him. But that's the difference. Thank you, man. Thank you, my jokes. I appreciate it. The rest of them must have went there and then. That just shot right past them right there. Right? But no, terrorists, we do have to worry about that. Domestic terrorists is our biggest threat because those are people that are homegrown and you can't be able to even think about it. Those are the ones that we have to worry about. What about accidental terrorism? Those are things like at the BP plant where it blew up. They actually knew what they were doing, but they didn't try to hurt anybody. Those are accidental acts of terrorism. One of the things that Houston is totally different for. We have one thing in Houston that separates us from every city in the United States that makes us a target for every terrorist, abroad and domestic. What do you think it is? We have one thing that no other city in the world has. No, not the Port of Houston.
NASA?
Not the oil refineries.
NASA?
No, not NASA. It's NASA in Huntsville, Alabama, too. You know that?
Yeah,
The biological lab, the med center? Yeah. No, you talking about CDC? We do.
Level 4.
We do have a level 4. But no, that's not it. We're the only city in the world that has 2 living ex-presidents reside in Houston. Yeah, we got W and Herbert Walker, right? Yeah, the Bushes. Yeah, but he has a resident here in Houston. Remember last All-Star game? I didn't know this too until I went to terrorist training for the All-Star game. The basketball game, I think it was 2 years ago. They wouldn't let him and his dad come to the All-Star game together because they told them that, hey, if I'm a terrorist, if I can get both of you guys at once, now if they can get a president, what that tell you? They got a life. Once you become president, I don't know if you know it, but you are forever guarded by Secret Service that are assigned to you for the rest of your life. So if I'm a terrorist, and if I can get one of those presidents, what that makes you? You're totally expendable. You got anybody guarding you? No, not even. Not even your kids. So I didn't think about that until they told us that. That makes Houston a party. We always in the orange. Every time there's a terrorist alert, Houston is in the orange. Every time it's like, why are we in the orange? Well, we don't have nothing here. We got a ship channel that gets 1 boat a month. We got, I'm gonna tell you like this. We do have the one thing that makes me proud to say I'm Houstonian. We have more millionaires in a 5-mile radius than any other city in the world. Y'all know where that's at? No, the Med Center. The Med Center has more millionaires per capita than anywhere in the world. That means they paying that insurance over there, huh? That's all it means. But no, that's an actual fact. The Med Center has more millionaires per capita than anywhere in the United States. All right. So any other questions? Go ahead. I hope I didn't make this blow. Yeah. Give you all this knowledge and blow you up. All right. So what is the elephant known for? Emery. So the stuff I just told you, I hope you remember it and pass it on. All right. So thank you. And if you did get a book, make sure you get one for you.